G'day all you people that got screwed with their tipping, and welcome to Cameras. This is going to be a shorter one considering we're in the middle of the bye stuff now. Plus Port ain't going to play, so I didn't really watch a lot of the games. I was a bit busy with work, so I didn't really have a lot of time to watch the games. I did watch a few highlights here and there, so I've got at least a little bit to say, but this is going to be a bit of a shorter one because I'm a little bit bored. I've got other stuff to do. Don't blame me. It's not my fault. Let's immediately jump into the depression between the Power and Carlton. And yeah, no, I'm getting quite sick of how we play at AO. Everyone's like, oh, it's really hard to beat Port Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval. No, it's not. It's really not. We are so friggin' easy to score against right now. It's insane. It's a form of miracle that we didn't lose by even more. We should have lost by, I think, about 50 or so because we were just not in the game all round. At all. We were useless. And I'm getting quite tired of three people in particular. Georgiades, I don't care how many goals he scored, he still keeps giving it to the enemy. So he may as well not have even scored and just kicked proper. That genuinely wouldn't have mattered. I've got Dixon. Time is up. Time is up, man. You've had a good run, but I think you're done. And then Lachie Jones, who should not be playing CNFL, let alone AFL. He's literally the worst player in the competition right now. The worst. There is no worse than him. No one in North Melbourne could even come across his shitness. That, and we have a good list. Other than that, we just need better leadership. Not Rosie. Rosie's good. He's just currently asleep, trying to heal up from the BS that they won't let him heal up from, which is annoying. But Carlton currently really just want to be in the finals again, I think. So they just gave it their all, and it worked. Good job. You finally beat a home side at Adelaide Oval. Considering it's us, it's not really much of a feat. If it was Adelaide, bit different, but it's us. Not that hard to do. Second game that really screwed my tipping again is between Bulldogs and Collingwood, and I just can't believe it. Collingwood started off so friggin' well and dropped it all off after a bit. They just dropped completely off after even quarter time, I think. After quarter time, they went, I think we've done enough. And then after that, they wanted to stay in the game, but then, well, fourth quarter happened and they just kind of stopped eating their Snickers bars or something because they just gave up entirely. Kind of like what we did. I almost got deja vu watching that game, and oh my god. Collingwood is a lot better than this, and I don't know. Maybe the Bulldogs really want Beveridge to keep his job, which I hope doesn't happen. But, hey, what can you do? That's fine. And then you got the third game, which finally let me get a tip right. It's between the Hawks and the Crows, and I just knew the Crows weren't up for it. I just knew it. They're good at home. They're not really good travelling at the moment. I don't trust them with travelling. If they travel to West Coast to go against that, no chance. West Coast around at home, oh yeah, for sure. But if there was at Optus, nah, no way. But Hawks, I think, are having a bit of a resurgence, a bit of a second wind. Doing good things at the minute. Again, I didn't watch all of it, but I just seen a couple of bit of the highlights in the last 2 minutes, and man, their gumption is something to be admired at the moment. I wouldn't be shocked if they make finals even still, because they're actually doing really well and could probably win a lot of games right now. Considering how a lot of the good high top teams have a bit of a form slump at the moment. There's only really two that I think are pretty consistent at the moment in the top 8. That being obvious Swans, and honestly even Essendon at the moment. They're kind of the only ones I think are actually kind of consistent. Everyone else is kind of flailing about hoping for wins. So Hawks could probably capitalise on that something chronic. So I wouldn't be shocked if I see them in the finals. I hope not, but it probably will happen. Then you've got Kilda and Eagles. God damn it! I put my faith in you for once again, Eagles, and you let me down. Granted, I think St Kilda are in a bit of a emergency mode. Because, well, they've been useless lately. And I feel like they didn't want to be bottom 3. So they kind of just clicked their panic button and just went and hoped to God that they would have gone through something. And it happened. They went through something. I genuinely don't feel like they should have got nearly as much as they did, but they did. They're not really good at attacking, but they allowed their defence to kind of really push West Coast away. And while this was kind of sloppy in terms of how the actual game played out, the pressure between the actual teams were bloody immeasurable. Like, it was insanity. Like, they kept pushing on each other, back and forth. But St Kilda just kind of rang it back in the end and actually was able to convert a little bit more. That's what got them the edge. Deary me, West Coast, you're getting close. You just A little bit more. Also, Harley Reid's out. I'm not tipping them next time, so I'm just going to be spoiler alert. Harley Reid's out, not a chance. Final game on Saturday is Richmond and Geelong, and I was going to laugh my ass off if Geelong lost this one. This is the one that they should not be losing, and if they did, then it would be probably season over. That would just be, it would be over. No chance you're recovering from that. You're losing from almost the, like wooden spooners. They're up by 20 or so at some point. Richmond, that was insane. It was around half time too. It doesn't happen that much. I still think that Geelong really need to wake up, even with this win. They clearly almost dropped a game against Richmond. That's insanity. Of course, they woke up around the end, but they always do. The thing is, right, you can't be dropping close. You can't be having close games with bottom sides at the moment. You really can't. It's not going to end well for you when you go against higher teams, which I think Geelong will be very, very soon be doing. Not good, not good. Then you've got the blowout of the round. Fremantle and Melbourne. No, I did expect Freo to get win, because I honestly think it was in Alice Springs. Okay, I don't feel like Melbourne are going to be able to do this well, and Freo actually currently travelling alright. And yeah, well, I didn't expect that. Holy shit. They just decided to go a bit ballistic, that one. Their defence was, as usual, really good. But even their forward line was working really nicely, going really against Melbourne's completely inadequate defence at the moment. And I think right now that Melbourne are at their lowest they've been in some time. I think it's about time for introspection. See what the hell is not working, because otherwise you are not going to be coming back for finals. You're going to even let Brisbane come in, and that's going to be insanity. In the final game of the round, you got your Essendon and your Suns, and I'm so glad this played out the way I thought. I thought, yeah, you know, honestly, I feel like Essendon really want to try and break the home win streak of the Suns. Nah. Didn't happen. They tried really hard. Didn't work in the end. Suns are just really too good at home. I just really wish they could travel, but whenever they play a home game, it's gloriousness all around. It always works for them. And I'm just glad to see. I need to see more of this in actual away games. Not against us, but hopefully a little bit more consistently. Well, they'll be a really good side, at least to some point later down the track, because we need to see a lot more from them coming forward. There you go. Nice and quick review. Job done. No more else to say. On to round 13. Lucky number. The first game of the round going to be so boring. Richmond and Crows. I really, really don't want to tip Crows. I would laugh again if they lost to Richmond. They won't. Crows will beat this one by probably about 44. I would be not shocked if it was more, because I mean I remember the Gabba and Richmond insanity, PTSD for me. I just really trust Crows at home more than I ever would our own side, and that sucks. Thank God we're not playing, by the way. I'm so glad we are not playing this week, but that just means the next couple of games after we are boned. We are so screwed. But for right now, the Crumb will pick up the slack that we always leave behind. And then the Friday game between your Brisbane and your Bulldogs. I'm going to tip the Bulldogs, to be honest. Straight up. Again, it's going to be quick. I feel like a lot of these games are either going to be obvious or we're going to get blown out of the water because everyone upsets each other. It's going to happen like that last year, like it did last year. It's going to be insane. But I really just finally think I can go with Bulldogs and go, okay, you're actually trying to play some good footy. I respect it. Let's do it. Brisbane still can't do anything. Still can't do anything right now outside of Gabba. And even then, I think the Gabba, they're still floppy around. So, I don't know. I think their season is kind of done. I genuinely think it's over. But we could see resurgence from now. If it's from now, Brisbane could still make finals all right. If it's not, if you lose this one, you're done. You're done. Get out of here. No more from you. We'll hear from some other better competitors. Can't say it's Pair right now because we are really crap. But maybe someone else. Probably, hopefully the Gold Coast Suns. Can't the mighty Sun. Then we have Giants and Hawthorn. University of Tasmania Stadium. Very big name. I really don't know who to tip here. So I feel like both of these... Here's the thing. Hawks are in some really nice form. And GWS have slumped a little bit, but they did beat Geelong at home. This is a stupid tip, but I'm tipping Hawks. Again. I'm tipping Hawks by a single point. Literally one. GWS is good, but I sense something. I sense the Hawks want to have a winning streak or something because they're doing some real good stuff. I wouldn't be shocked if there was a mad blowout again, because this is, again, out of nowhere, different place that no one really goes to because it's, you know, a desolate area that no one lives in. But we'll see what happens on the day. This is a question mark, straight up question mark game. Hawks by 1. And then you got the little funny meme game between your West Coast and your North Melbourne. Deary me, it's at Optus Stadium, so it's West Coast all the way. West Coast by, let's say they finally get a good blowout. 64. Finally, for once. But I will laugh so hard if North Melbourne win. Although they have every chance to right now since Harley Reid's got himself suspended. Whoops. And, well, he's not going to be able to carry them, is he? He's a bit messed up. He's going to be a bit scuffed. However, I still think even that, with Waterman and whatnot, if he's going to be on, hopefully, then they should thump North Melbourne, because they are currently nothing still. And they will be nothing for about 4 more years. Not really. Maybe 5. I don't know. You got next game between Suns and Kilda. I really want to tip the Suns again. I keep tipping them away, and it always screws me. One game they will win away. One of them. And if there's one game they can win away, it's this one. Even if Kilda currently really don't want to be trash. I genuinely think Kilda are just going to slump this. So I'm going to tip Gold Coast by 9. Screw it. I know. I shouldn't be doing this. They never win away. I don't give a damn. I can do what I want. Fuck you. Now, look. I know that the Suns have a good defence around in Marvel especially. But I feel like with Gold Coast's midfield and decent-ish forward line, they can penetrate that. They just need to they just need to learn that they have to start converting and doing things on different grounds. I know they have different grass in Darwin and Queensland. It doesn't work there. It's got different things. I know they put stuff in the grass to make you slip, but you need to do better. Do a little better. Then you get the first game on Sunday between your Cats and your Swans. Swans will win. Swans will win by 34. Moving on. Then you got an MCG funny meme game between the Essendon and the Carlton. And I actually do reckon that Essendon will clinch this one. Again, I'm just trying to give it some thought. And even though they don't win in spectacular fashion, at least I don't think they've actually had one decent blowout game yet, except for one close-ish potential blowout. I think Essendon are really good at clinching games at the minute. They'll just really be able to win from the skin of their teeth, which is a very useful trait to have. Something I wish we had. And even though Carlton did crack us at AO, I don't know, I feel like something's amiss. Something ain't quite right about them. I feel like I think they're currently now the topsy-turvy of the league. The ones where they'll just play one game and not play the next. Like, this one's I think they won't play, but who knows? Just go with it. Final game of the round was between the Melbourne and Collingwood. And holy heck, both of these teams are outside the 8, even though Melbourne started really well and Collingwood started bad but had a big resurgence. And I don't feel like that resurgence is over, so I'm going to be tipping Collingwood for this one. By, I think 4. I'm just going to say 4. Really safe. Let's make this, by the way, the margin one, if we do have the margin thing. Make this one the margin. Which one do you think will get up? Melbourne or Collingwood? How much? Be the closest. And I might even give you a floppy disk for your birthday. It'll contain Pac-Man The Adventures of Time. Or In Time, I forget what it's called, but I've got that sitting around somewhere. I can send you that if I actually have it. I actually don't know, so don't put my word for it. But anyways, Collingwood are doing all really good right now. They did lose to Bulldogs by a fair bit, but I seen a lot of good stuff. They didn't play too bad. I did going back to Collywobble's choking shit. They need to not do that. And well, Melbourne not only lost to West Coast the week before, but then got thumped by Freo. At Alice Springs. Not good, not a good side. I just don't think Melbourne really have it in them at the moment. This one, they really don't want to let everything slip. But nah, I don't know. I feel like the Demons really are going in a barely bad downward trend where I see Collingwood only going up from here. So I've got to go Collingwood. There you go, no more. I told you it was quick. Not going to be really long at all, this one. So, do us all a favour. Click button, starts with an S, ends with an subscribe. Then, click button, the one here. You'll feel like that later too. No more. Get out of my house.